Beth Out of Hell is an apocalyptic love story where Lucifer's daughter falls in love with the archangel Michael. And the story takes off right where we left you with the last 3 songs of Bye Bye Lullaby. And we all know how love can make us do crazy things. And we were playing around with the idea of what would happen if a girl like Beth with immense power and a slightly messed up personality couldn't get her way or didn't get what she wanted. Would she unleash hell on earth? What would she do in order to get attention? So basically that's how Beth Out of Hell was born.
It took us 3 years to record this album, and the reason for that is that we wanted to give our fans an album they truly deserve. Most bands go on tour after an album, and they won't find time to develop instrumentally and as songwriters, all that resulting in an album that maybe is not so different from the last. As the songs transform into each other, we wanted to keep them really interesting, much like in a film or a musical, and never strain away too much from the focal point, which is the story. It's sort of there to complement what Beth is going through. Whether she's in love or in pain, we're always there to paint an environmental picture of what's going on around her.
I've known Daniel for quite some time, but we've actually never played together. But when he asked me down to the studio to listen to some of the stuff that he was working on for this project, I was blown away. What really does it for me though is how the album is built using recurring themes. I'm a big movie buff, and I like the way it's built on the recurring themes and the atmosphere and the orchestration to support the narrative and guide your emotions, to feel what it's trying to tell you. It's a story, it's a musical.
On the last album, Bye Bye Lullaby, I replaced the old guitar player very late in the process. Everything was already recorded. On this one though, Daniel really wanted me to bring my personality into the sound, so he involved me very early in the process. He had a lot of ideas already written for me to play, and it's kind of challenging to translate the keyboard parts to the guitar because it's built differently. It's really hard, but it's also really fun. It's challenging, and I really had to push my limits as a guitar player to try to make Daniel's vision become a reality. But I think when we were down there in the studio, something really clicked, and I think you can hear that on the album. I think we really made something that we are all proud of. Nobody does this kind of album anymore. To play the guitars on this is fantastic. I mean, if I, as a listener, would find this album, I would be really inspired. And this is the kind of stuff nobody does anymore, and it's great to do. I don't think I might get another shot at this if we don't do another album, of course. So I hope you like it. Thank you.
One of the most challenging things for us was getting the story right, because we wanted to mix fiction with natural disasters that have actually taken place in our history, such as earthquakes, tsunamis, pestilence, floods, and mix that with stories from different religions. And so that involved doing a lot of research. But it turns out that both Mother Nature and most religions are pretty generous on these kinds of events, so we found tons of intriguing stories to build from. Oh, and fun fact, we basically started to write the ending and then worked our way back.
Famous last words.